Welcome back, everybody, to the Teen Titans retrospective. We're going through every episode of the original series, even this one. This is Season 3, Episode 4, Crash, written by Rick Kopp and directed by Michael Chang. We get the Japanese theme this episode, which means that it's gonna be a wacky one. So I don't have a lot to say on this episode. It's not a super important one. Beast Boy is trying to download a new video game off of some sketchy websites because apparently he's not listening to the ads that tell you shouldn't download a car. Surprise, surprise, the copy of the game is full of viruses and he accidentally downloads it onto Cyborg's systems, which cause Cyborg to go crazy and try to eat inanimate objects. The Titans call in the only one they think is smart enough to be able to fix Cyborg, Gizmo. And they recruit him to figure out what's wrong with Cyborg. So we get a villain team-up episode, which is kind of a fun idea. Gizmo's the only way I'm going to be able to figure out what's wrong with Cyborg is to shrink down and go inside his brain and stop the computer virus from there. So he does that. He has a shrinking suit. That's the thing that he has, apparently. They shoot him into Cyborg, but oopsie doopsie, they shot him into his butt instead of his brain. What a wacky scenario. Beast Boy also tags along by shapeshifting into an amoeba, which is apparently a thing he can do. That's probably the most interesting thing that happens in this episode, just from the implications of Beast Boy's abilities. As long as it's a living animal that he could shapeshift into, apparently he can go all the way down to a single-celled organism, which is kind of crazy. I mean, forget about Ant-Man. Apparently all we needed was Beast Boy to take out Thanos. So Beast Boy and Gizmo have to navigate Cyborg's body while there's this computer virus inside him, which manifests in physical microscopic robots that are attacking them, I guess. That's a thing that this virus can do, apparently. Meanwhile, the rest of the Titans are chasing Cyborg as he runs around downtown, trying and succeeding to eat inanimate objects. Eventually, Beast Boy and Gizmo make it to Cyborg's brain, and I do kind of like the design of the computer virus here. It's got this very pixelated kind of look, which I think is a fun visual, and the part of Cyborg's brain that is being taken up by this virus looks pretty much exactly like the Death Star main reactor in Return of the Jedi. So I don't know, that's kind of fun, I guess. Beast Boy is able to defeat the virus by multiplying himself as an amoeba to completely overwhelm it and destroy it. Cyborg sneezes him out. It's kind of gross. And they forget to unshrink Gizmo, so he's just tiny somewhere. And that's how the episode ends. Not a whole lot to this one. It's very wacky. There's some fun and silly animation. Beast Boy has some fun expressions and wacky shapes that he makes as an amoeba. They give him a lot of personality as this blob, and that's kind of fun. And the implications of Beast Boy's powers is pretty crazy here. He can not only shrink down that small, but at the same time he can multiply himself. And I don't know the extent of that. Does that mean that he can duplicate himself and make multiple Beast Boys, or is it just something that only he can do in amoeba form? We never really see. It's kind of like that one time in Ben 10 when he used Echo Echo to make 3 copies of himself, all with complete functioning Omnitrixes, absolutely breaking every rule and limitation of the powers he has in that universe. And then they never bring it up again. And I don't think we ever see Beast Boy do anything this drastic with his powers past this episode. This is a very filler type episode. I don't think ever referenced again past this point. So if you skip it, you're not missing a whole lot. It's not bad, but it's also just not a lot to it. It's kind of a fun idea, but there's just not really a whole lot of depth to anything that's happening. Also a little bit weird that we get a sort of Cyborg-focused episode, and Gizmo appears in the season that's focused on Cyborg and the Hive, and none of those things come up whatsoever. It's a completely disposable episode that could have taken place at any point in the show, which is fine. It's alright to have filler type episodes every once in a while. It's just like a little weird because this season is more focused on Cyborg, and then there's this like completely disposable episode that doesn't, like, they don't even reference, hey, remember like a couple weeks ago when he was trying to infiltrate the hive and like had all these interactions with Gizmo, and now Gizmo's like helping him out. That could be an interesting thing. It doesn't come up. It's fine. That's it. That's like, I don't really have much more to say about this one. It's a fairly skippable episode. I wouldn't call it bad. You're not missing much if you skip this one. That's it. Speaking of computer viruses, if Beast Boy wanted to keep his personal data safe and surf the internet safely, then he should have used a VPN of some kind. Someone please sponsor me. But that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you find out whenever I upload a new video. And tune in next week because we're going to be going through every episode of the Teen Titans original series, week by week, episode by episode. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.